Another hearing was held in a committee about transparency, government transparency. Anna Paulina Luna, I think, was heading it up. And it was on the subject of UFOs or UAPs, unidentified flying objects or unidentified aerial phenomena. And I have to be just frank with you. I'm going to show you, because this is a big story and it's happening in Congress, but they'll do this and they'll be like, we're going to talk about how the government hasn't been transparent enough about whatever it is. It's not necessarily a claim of aliens or something, but just whatever some of these sightings by now whistleblower veterans or things that defy our understanding of technology, and that the government needs to be more transparent, I guess, is their message. And then they do like a 3.5 hour hearing. And I'm trying to look through. I can't watch that. I already don't really care. And then you're asking me to watch 3.5 hours. I got to watch The Office for 3.5 hours. I don't have time. I need to sip margs tonight for 3.5 hours. I don't have time to watch this hearing. And that's my message. If you care a lot and you want me to explain, here are the explanations from people saying nothing is suspicious about. Here's a problem with a whistleblower who's saying that he in the Air Force saw something, but really his credibility is challenged by this. Or here's something that's really concerning about the video that I'm going to show you that they play at the hearing and why it actually does defy physics. I'm not that guy. I can't do that for you. We're just going to have a little bit of fun. It's notable this happened in Congress. I don't really understand or keep up with the arguments back and forth. And I hate to sound like it sounds like I'm a government simp. It's not my point here. But when they go, shouldn't we know what they know about these videos or about these sightings? What if they're hiding that they have like an aircraft from a different Oh, no. You don't have to tell me. I'll be sipping Mars. All right. We have other things, whatever. But if you are passionate about this, and I get it, I totally get it. And great. The Hill reports a House task force on government transparency will hold a hearing next week. This is on the one that did happen on unidentified flying objects, also known as unidentified aerial phenomena. The American people deserve maximum transparency, as if the American people wouldn't get it. The hearing is slated to take place at 10 a.m. Witnesses slated to testify include Air Force veterans, again, respect to them, Navy veteran, and different folks witnessing UAP. The hearing is slated to focus on Pentagon disclosures about UFOs and the effectiveness of the Department of Defense's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. You see what I mean? It's like, do I need to go learn about that? And I just have to be transparent with you. There are some things that we're going to bring into profound informed focus on this show. And there are some that I'm going to tell you, certain criminal cases, for example, that aren't my area of expertise or focus. But let's listen, and then we'll show you the bombshell video that was being reported on. This is Anna Paulina Luna, who is a MAGA Republican. Eek! But let's hear.
In recent months, Congress has also been presented with evidence that points to technologies that, to our knowledge, are beyond our current capabilities. It is our duty as elected representatives to follow the facts wherever they lead and to ensure that those facts are not buried under classification stamps or bureaucratic excuses. Let me be clear, whether UAPs represent adversarial technology, natural phenomena, or something beyond current human understanding, Congress has a responsibility to investigate. If these objects are foreign in origin, then they pose a direct threat to our national security. And if they represent something unknown, they demand rigorous scientific inquiry, not ridicule, not secrecy, and not silence. The stakes are very high. Adversarial nations are not waiting for us to catch up. They are studying these phenomena as well aggressively, as multiple nations have also announced.
Yeah, so to be clear, I don't really have a stance, but if I had a stance, it would be what I just articulated previously, which is someone should look into this. The government, I'm assuming. The DOD needs to. And we need to analyze, and if this is adversary technology that defies all of our understanding of technology, we need to know, we need to get some for ourselves. And then if it's like, literally it couldn't be human made and it's some other explanation, then also someone needs to find that out. It's just not going to be me. So then this part was funny to me. Eric Burleson was playing the big bombshell video, and it shows some moving orb, and then I guess the U.S. military missile strikes it. which is kind of an interesting approach. What is that? Nuke it. And then it deflects it and splits the missile in half.
I want to queue up a video that I've been given. And as before it starts, I'm going to describe. This was taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb, or this object, off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. You cannot see that drone. And so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
Could you, though? That was the other thing. I'm confused. Could you explain it very slowly? Because the video doesn't tell me anything. I need you to explain it. All right, we're watching. Podcast listeners, picture an orb moving over water. An orb moving over water. It's moving. It's white. It's moving. It's still moving, I think. Is that what that orb is? And then something hits it. And then it breaks apart. And then this is an overhead view, zoomed out.
This is when it zoomed out.
Thank you,
so you can still
Burleson.
see it traveling.
So this was after?
So, Mr. Knapp, have you heard about events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
I'm not loving Mr. Burleson's help here. That wasn't very helpful. Okay, so that was the Heartland Signal. I do like this outlet. They said Representative Eric Burleson shows a video of an alleged UFO tanking a heat-seeking missile. Okay.
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild, and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah. What?
So again, this is one thing that I really resent about our political discourse is that the loudest people often are the least informed about what they're talking about. And so that's why I'm very passionate about telling you when I'm informed about something and when I'm not. And when he goes, what you saw there was a Hellfire missile bouncing off of an orb. I just saw a bunch of light flickers. So check it. Check it. I don't know. And see, I love how they go, the American public has a right to know. It depends. I don't want to know the exact details of where our nuclear arsenal is and how we use it and the codes and etc. But I hope the government knows that. I know they have technologies that I don't understand or even know about that are classified, or they have details about our adversaries that I'm never going to know. Okay, so it's sort of like, I like transparency in general. Maybe let's get a little transparency on Epstein, then we'll get to the UFOs. But I also acknowledge, and this maybe is a part of what makes me less interested in a story like this, if there's a gargantuous bombshell or something that would blow our minds, obviously the Defense Department is going to keep it secret until it no longer is of interest to them to keep it secret. More hearings, I don't know how much that is going to do, but maybe Congress has oversight ability, so that's good. And then a Tic Tac object emerged from the ocean.
My name is Alexandro Wiggins. I'm an active duty U.S. Navy Operations Specialist, Senior Chief Petty Officer.
So again, the fact that these folks are either veterans or he said active duty makes me totally respect, and there's clearly a lot more credibility being brought along with them going out publicly with these claims. That's why other people should talk about this.
Father of three and dedicated American testifying today in my personal capacity. The views I share are my own, and I do not represent the official positions of the Department of the Navy or any subordinate organization. On the evening of February 15th, 2023, at approximately 19:15 PST, in the Whiskey 291 warning area off the coast of Southern California, I was serving on board USS Jackson. During that period, I moved between the Interior Communications Center, ICC-1, and the bridge wing, correlating the sensor picture with visual observations, part of my routine responsibilities for surface and air picture management. What I observed and what our crew recorded was not consistent with conventional aircraft or drones as they appear on our system. A self-luminous tic-tac.
So again, what it seems they're alleging is there's some cover-up, hiding of things they think people should know about. And I'm just now being introduced to Chief Wiggins, but my inclination is to go, wow, you seem, to be taking this very seriously. And also, it defied what I'm going to figure it out. Why it's defying your understanding of tech. Don't bring it to me. Bring it to Genius Hegseth. Let him figure it out. Maybe Pete, maybe Department of War Secretary can figure it out.
A self-luminous tic-tac shaped object emerged from the ocean before linking up with three other similar objects. The four then disappeared simultaneously with a high synchronized, near instantaneous acceleration. I observed no sonic boom and no conventional propulsion signatures. No exhaust plume, no control surface articulation on the Sapphire image system. Shortly after the synchronized departure, radar tracks dropped. These observations were multi-sensor and recorded inside of ICC-1 with time location overlay visible in our source frames that have been made public by journalists.
Yeah. Do I sound crazy here, Jaden?
I agree. They should keep it secret.
Oh gosh, I didn't know you could do that. This is all it's all with love. That's the good part about it. It's with love, and it's what I think we should do is whatever's best. Does that make sense? Here's what I'm arguing. From the standpoint of, as it pertains to UFOs, do what's best. That's my take. What else? This is fun. Please do click the subscribe button if you appreciate the show. I hope that you're having as much fun with this as I am. I know that anytime we cover anything, this is a beautiful thing. But the size of the audience, there's going to be people who are going to be like, who are really knowledgeable and passionate about this concept, this issue, and will be angry that I'm speaking about the way that I am. But just have fun. Just sit back and have fun. Here's a part of what, don't read my notes, Jade. I saw him read. Just wait. I can tell you. Here's a part of what, when they say the public needs to know so that we can figure out what the situation here is. Why are these things the way that they are? If you can't figure it out, don't bring it to me, because you have more knowledge about what the military technology is. And we covered on MAGAville, a Trump supporter who thought she had a dream that God impregnated her. She woke up and thought, I think this is true. Disclaimer, this might be also a fake story. Who knows? But it was posted like it was real. That she woke up and thought that she had been impregnated by God with Trump's baby. So it's one thing to be impregnated by God and to think that Jesus is there, but to be impregnated by Trump's baby, by God. It wasn't even like Trump in her dream, which is more plausible, but that's what that pill was that he was taking but instead it was God who impregnated her. Yeah, there's the post. We don't need to reread it, should we? 7 months ago, I had a beautiful dream that I was making love to President Trump. Shortly after I found out that I was impregnated with his baby, God sent Donald Trump to save us all, and through me, his son will be born. Get off. What? She's gonna figure out what the UAOs are? UAPs? Excuse me? No. With love to her. But maybe we figure out that. Maybe we get people to all be on the same page that they weren't impregnated in their dream by Trump. And then we all collectively, as the American public, let's figure out AI. And then as the public, let's move on to what those moving things are. I saw this study. This is so disturbing. Of what percentage of the population believes some of these different statements. And only 75 or only 83% of Americans believe the earth revolves around the sun. So most Americans, almost all of them, but not all of them. Humans are changing the climate, only 64%. Humans evolved, like at all, only 58%. 10% believe the earth is flat. And we're going to figure out UAOs. UAPs, damn it. Sorry. NASA did not land on the moon, 12%. Yeah, so I see those things and I go, nah, keep it to yourself. We need to figure out some other things first before you imagine that and I say this with love. I know that we're intelligent, just some of us aren't. A lot of us, but we are all of you, all of us are intelligent except for the ones that struggle. And intelligence is a spectrum and it's different and you can be intelligent this, not intelligent that, for sure. But when I think about some of those concepts, or like we're still debating over, is climate change even a thing? And then we as a public who are struggling to decipher if Tim Walz slapping his butt in an F Trump shirt and it doesn't actually look like it's really Tim Walz, and a lot of people think it's actually Tim Walz, we can't discern that, but we're gonna, as a public, have the coherence to receive whatever it is. Let's say something was being covered up. We're going to receive that thoughtfully. I just doubt it. It sounds so government sippy. I get it. I'm sorry. I don't do this on everything. Again, Epstein, release. I do think, in the interest of justice, that the American public can handle whatever's in there and should be forced to handle whatever's in there. And then in matters of either other Earths or other, outside of the Earth, or just technologies that we just couldn't even comprehend and our military is trying to figure them out, keep trying to figure them out. And then once you have an answer, tell us. Because and that's not even a strong stance, but I think that's where I land. And then my other thought that I know I believe is that maybe we should give, if this is of our friend, Jaden's friend, if this is you, Mr. Alien, do you, put it back up, do you want to be president?
Yes.
Because we covered mother-loving melt-maxing in a segment recently. We failed as a people. Let's give the aliens a try. We as a people advanced very, very impressively, I think. Maybe not compared to whatever the UAPs are. But we then, after the most powerful country on the planet, in this wildly advanced, we thought, society, picked Trump to lead the free world. We fail. Reset. Give the aliens a try. What, do you think they could be worse? Because that's the other argument, is like, well, let's say this is extraterrestrial. Then shouldn't we know so we can prepare? If we knew that there really was, again, now I'm just going into La La Land, but come with me, that there was going to be some invasion, or that they are among us, haven't bothered me. What is this? Why Oh, because Mark Zuckerberg's an alien? Okay. Yeah, they probably are among us. Have you seen Stephen Miller? Well, he is bothering me. If that's the alien, then now I'm really, really for getting rid of the aliens, as Stephen Miller would say. But you know how Tucker, when he gets asked about Putin, because Tucker's a coward and he's a Russian propagandist, he goes, well, listen, I mean, of course, I don't love Putin. I'm not going to move to Russia. But if you really think about it, was it Putin who shipped away your jobs to other countries? Was it Putin? I mean, really think about it. Was it Putin? I'm just asking a question. Was it Putin who made it difficult for you to buy a house? Was it Putin who drove down your wages? Similar message, even though I find that disgusting when it comes to Putin. Was it the aliens who made it difficult for you to buy a house? Was it the aliens who drove down your wages, stagnated your wages? Was it the aliens who did other bad things? I'm blanking. Who broke your healthcare system? Was it the aliens who got you dependent on ultra-processed foods that give you very little nutrients while a bunch of calories? McDonald's cheeseburgers that destroy your health? No. So why are they trying to convince me I'm supposed to hate these UAPs? If that's what they are. They've done nothing to me. Was it the aliens who harmed our jobs market? Transition, a little update. The U.S. economy probably added close to 1 million fewer jobs in 2024 and early 2025 than previously reported. The latest sign that the labor market, until recently a bright spot in the economy, may be weaker than initially appeared. And so you do have, and guys, this just is going to serve Trump's argument. I hate it. He's still lying. But what is the BLS doing? So rigged. Not really. But as they do these revisions, there clearly is some statistical, how they're counting these. I get that it's a very complex process. And so we want to get updated numbers at the, way at the end of the year, or a year span. And then you kind of calculate what changes have happened. And we also want the monthly hits of kind of a little judgment, even if it's not going to be super accurate. But the fact that 1 million revision down in the 12 months leading up to March, which I think is what these numbers are, the fact that that's being published, it is unfortunate. And it proves, as highly as I've spoken of the Biden economic recovery, and it's still true that they didn't give specific months yet, but that the jobs market going into Trump was stronger than what Trump is turning it into, for sure. But that leading into Trump, it actually was weaker than we previously thought, at least. So, in all fairness, it was weaker than we thought. And then that further substantiates that putting growth slowing, price increasing policies in place, as Trump is doing, is a horrendous move, especially when the wiggle room that he had to work with because of the strength of the job market previously thought, he has even less wiggle room to work with, which makes his actions even more irresponsible. But I did want to give you that update. And all I can say is the aliens didn't do that. I'm curious. You want to tell the good people what they should do if they have any thoughts on this?
Share your thoughts in the comments.
Where else would you get this? Come on. Cole's cringing. Get out of here, Cole.